exactly looking beautiful today, but I severely sprained my ankle while I was training a dog last weekend. My fault, totally. Wasn't paying attention to where I was walking and stepped on the pool cover. Yeah, well, there was a cover, so I didn't get wet. On the other hand, I did severely sprain my right ankle, the one I kind of need for driving, and I badly bone bruised my left shin. I'm in great shape, let me tell you. So here I am, sitting in bed, hence the really horrible camera angle. Can't, no makeup, hair is frizzing out. Yeah, great. And I'm foolish enough to put this on YouTube because I will. But I'm doing my Korean studying, and I'm sure this shouldn't count as studying, but I figured, I haven't videoed for a week, a little over, actually more like a week and a half. So while I'm doing this, I might as well take you along with me, and you'll get to see what I do. Good, bad, horrible if need be. So I just studied another chapter from Korean Made Simple, which is written by Billy Go of Go Billy Korean. And I'm making practice sentences now. My sentences are pretty basic. They're really, really kind of simple. This is not Shakespeare here. So just to get practice in using the vocabulary taught in that lesson and the grammar points. So lesson 8 was about questions. We had already done some question words. So now I'm doing my sentences. So I've written in English like 19 sentences. And after the first 4, I said, I should video this and put this up. I mean, this is real. This is what it is. As much as I'm sitting here, I have an ice pack on my right ankle. I just moved it from my left shin. So I'm going back and forth. It's just awesome. As long as I'm laid up with my feet up on a pillow and ice pack going back and forth, might as well video. Pardon all the frizzy hair, the no makeup, bad camera angle, no, just natural lighting, no, I don't have my good light on or anything like that. So I'm up to sentence number 5. Tomorrow night I will watch TV. All right, so tomorrow night, let's see, make sure I'm in my Korean keyboard because my computer switches back to English if I don't type for a while. Nee, 밤에 TV를 볼 거예요. 거예요. Gotta get that right one of these days. And my program is telling me that I spelled something wrong. What did... I did. I spelled that wrong. Okay. A little coffee will help. So what I like to do is after I've written it out and tried to make sure I've erased all the spelling mistakes, Billy will find some anyway. Uh, it's a known and a given. I try not to get too upset. Although I gotta be honest, I do. I like to have perfect homework. I love the days when he'll say, "Oh, perfect, perfect," and then there were plenty of those other days. I'm learning. So now that I've written it out, typed it out, which works on my typing skills, ne pame tibile por coelho. Got it right this time. Ne pome tibile por. Yeah, I think por 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 por. Oh, look! I speak English too. In the middle of my Korean. Uh, Sometimes I find I just have to laugh because there's no other way of doing this. In fact, when I finish reading this, maybe I'll read something else that I'm working on here, because this video won't go up until after my next lesson tomorrow. This way, Billy has no chance of seeing what I've got planned for this lesson. Ne pame tibile por coelho. Not bad. Not as smooth as I'd like, but not bad. So, one of the things I was working on, I had done beginner lesson 54 of Billy's beginner series on YouTube. And I decided, I'm going to do something fun, because I like fun. And I also like when I can make Billy laugh. I enjoy it, there's something about that. I like to make people laugh in general. I mean, I was never a class clown or anything like that, but I'd rather see people laugh than frown, or worse yet, cry. So, typically now, what we do is at every session, usually at the beginning, we do a little bit of speaking practice, of conversation practice. So I wrote, based on that particular lesson, and which was on How Are You, I wrote a little script, and it sounds an awful lot like the beginning of our sessions. There's a lot of very typical words. So I recorded this, and I have the voice clip up on my Google Drive, which Billy and I share. And so he's going to get to see the perfected version, or, well, perfected as I get. But I recorded it a few times until I got it to where I said, that's not too bad. That he's going to find things wrong. I'm positive of that. It's not ever going to be good enough. It might be okay, but it's never going, at least not yet, it's not going to be like really sound fabulous, and I'm probably never going to get to the point of sounding native. So I decided to voice both of us. Yes, I did. So let me read this to you. I think you'll know which lines are his and which are mine. If I can keep a straight face doing this, because I had to redo this several times, mainly because I kept laughing. Okay, straight face, Cheryl, straight face. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 얼마나예요? 네, 얼마나예요? 어떻게 지내세요? 네, 잘 지내요. 셰일 씨는요? 네, 잘 지내요. 좋아요. 오늘은 뭐 했어요? 오늘은 컴포콜러. Oh, that's where I keep messing up. I had to retake that quite a few times, and don't splice. What I do is I just start from the beginning and re-record. So, 오늘은 한국어를 공부했어요. 빌리시는요? 오늘은 학생을 가르쳐. I mess up on this word almost every time. 가르쳐세요. 가르쳐서요. 가르쳤어요. 가르쳤어요. 오늘은 학생을 가르쳤어요. 좋아요. 오늘은 여기까지. 그럼 다음에 봐. I thought that would be fun, and when I actually managed to get it on a voice clip and get it sounding fairly good, I even got that one line where I have Billy saying, "Today, I taught a student." It wasn't too bad, and the practice is good, and it's fun, and I laugh, and I do it over 100 times. Actually, that's a little exaggerated. I think I must have done this. Oh, I don't know. Maybe 15 or 20 times before I got a take that sounded good. And like I said, if I mess it up, if I get to that word, 가르쳤어요. Oh, come on, Cheryl, say it in your own voice. I'm so used to doing it now and trying to do it in a lower pitch to have it be Billy's voice that now I can't say it in my own voice. 가르쳤어요. 가르쳤어요. That I just stop and do it over again and over again. It's good practice. Someday, I really hope to have a session open up and do this kind of conversation practice, and at the end, have Billy say, "What did you do to Cheryl? You're actually speaking Korean, and it's pretty good." I think we all want that when you learn a language. You want somebody who knows way more than you to say, "You did it!" But I also don't want to be lied to, so if I'm not doing that well, then I don't want to hear, "Oh, you're doing fantastic." Because one thing that I'm probably not the only Korean learner who finds this, that's difficult when you speak to somebody who is native Korean. Like the first time I spoke to a friend of mine, Missy, and I think all I had said was 안녕하세요. So basically, hello. And she was like, "Whoa, you're Korean, it's so good." I'm like, I've seen videos on this. Koreans say nice things like that. They're being really polite, which is so Korean of them. It's so typical of the culture. My Korean's not that good. And that was, easily over a year ago, when my Korean really wasn't that good. I hadn't even seriously started learning. I'd learned some words and phrases, and I'd learned things from songs and from romanization, which is not a good way to learn Korean, let me tell you. Bad idea. But, I mean, the first time I went into the Korean restaurant by me, I got the same response to just saying 안녕하세요. Like, I said hello in your language. It really wasn't that amazing. Honestly, I felt like a fraud. Like I had somehow fooled, not really, I'm sure, someone. But I do love the politeness. I do love that encouragement. Even though at the same time feel like it's not true. So I personally have a lot of problems with knowing how well I'm doing or how poorly. I kind of rely on other people, which is maybe not the best thing to do, but I typically will go, oh, I said that so wrong. And it doesn't help anyone to beat yourself up. I try not to. And for those of you watching who may do the same thing, I know you know this, and I know this, but we really shouldn't beat ourselves up if we can't pronounce a word or you can't remember a verb conjugation or that. It's part of the learning process, and some people learn quickly, some slowly. Um, for me, I find my stress level is so high, and with the pain I'm feeling right about now, with my ankle and my shin, it's kind of hard to concentrate. So I'm working that much harder. Anyway, I think this video has gone on long enough, and I'll edit it. And when I say edit, I don't really take anything out because I haven't screamed in pain or anything. I might want to. But I do add my beginning and my ending to this, and sometime over the weekend, hopefully I will upload this, and yeah, I hope you'll follow. I hope you'll invite your friends to follow me. It definitely makes me feel good when people say that they have looked at my videos and have liked them and subscribed to my channel. I mean, I'm doing this not really for that, but it helps me with motivation to continue. And one way or the other, I'm going to get better at speaking Korean and understanding Korean.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 얼마나예요?
네, 얼마네요.
어떻게 지내세요?
네, 잘 지내요. 셰럴 씨는요?
네, 잘 지내요.
좋아요. 오늘 뭐 했어요?
오늘은 한국어를 공부했어요. 빌리 씨는요?
오늘은 학생을 가르쳤어요.
좋아요. 오늘은 여기까지.
그럼 다음에 또 봐.